weather is good and the mountains are out of the cloud, there's only one place I want to be, and that is up high. And in this video I'm going to show you why I prefer being in the mountains and why it's my favourite genre. I love the woods, I love the waterfalls, I love being on the coast, on the beaches that you can see behind me. But when the forecast is right, there's only kind of one place I'd rather be, and that's up high. So today we're going up the Nantlle Ridge, and I'll explain to you why I love being high on the mountains, that is. Even the journey to the summit can give you some amazing experiences. Going up the valleys, the glens, you can find some great shots before you get to the summit in areas you wouldn't normally go to. So it forces you to think outside the box and take shots in places you don't really visit. If you are conventionally going to the woodland or the coast, you can find some hidden gems before you reach the summit. Maybe not here, but in other places you definitely can. Just over my shoulder, it looks like the land's being burnt. I think farmers do it this time of year to burn kind of the old dead vegetation and let the new vegetation grow, ready for spring and summer. So I think that's the reason they do it anyway. But it's a lot over to the footlands of the Rhinogydd. It's really a lot of smoke and fire over that way. About 100 metres from the summit, but another good reason for doing the mountains is the wow factor you get when you've done a hike, you've done a walk through a glen up the ridge into the bulk, and your first glance at the view you've not seen yet. It can be pretty. It can be a pretty buzzing feeling, and you do get it here because you're kind of blocked off from the west side. As soon as you get to the summit, the whole of the southeastern areas of the Erie and further down become visible, and it's really nice. So as well as the photography, you get so many other factors that make it a great day to shoot. And here's a wow factor you get. What an incredible view looking into northern Erie with the Carneviae, which is covered in cloud at the moment. It did forecast that, and with and over to Arran too. It's pretty beautiful. I'm going to head to the next summit, and just down from there you get an amazing view looking down the rest of the Nantlle Ridge. So this has got to be one of the reasons you love to do the mountains. I'll tell you one reason I don't like though, is the wind. It's a really cold northerly wind today. It's changed direction from yesterday. It was a southerly wind yesterday, and it's changed, and you can feel it coming from the north, and it's a lot colder. So I'm going to eat this apple and head further on. one of my very first videos was from this amazing ridge, but it was really rushed. I will leave a link in it actually below. It was a really rushed video because we didn't time it, and we didn't expect it to be as long as it was, so it really was rushing from one side to the other. But I'm kind of scouting this area now in a bit more detail with a bit more time, because it is pretty amazing. You've got the transition from the kind of gradual moorland to the rocky exposed edges, which are really nice to photograph. Another reason, and this is the main one for the mountains, is weather phenomenons that you don't, or you very rarely get at ground level. So I spoke about this before, but say cloud inversions, rainbows, but sometimes you get full circular rainbows, higher you get. Brocken spectres, fog bows, all those, snow, ice, higher chances, higher you go. All those factors come into it that you get some amazing weather phenomenons the higher you go up. And that motivates me to get some images. I'm becoming a bit more of a weather nerd as I get older. And I really like to photograph different weathers, and you get it a lot more higher up. Hopefully we'll get a bit today. If we get some hail, it predicted some hailstorms, so hopefully it might come through and create some mood, but nonetheless it's pretty spectacular. Proving tricky to film this. The wind's coming from a strong northerly direction, but all the best images, all the best views are shooting into the north. So I'm shooting that way and the wind's coming straight back at me. So whether you can hear me I don't know, and I'm having to like up my shutter speed and stuff like that. But I have got a nice image. Craigmacillan's known for a real kind of rocky ridge. So you get these amazing rocks, and they're so jagged, kind of some off Snowdonia. They're leading straight into that beautiful view, which I'll show you on camera now, looking into, and with the Nantlle Ridge too. So yeah, it's really nice. I'll put this image up now, I hope you enjoy it. But yeah, this wind is really strong. This wind is pretty crazy, but another reason I like being on the high points is so you can see the lay of the land, and you can see the layers of Nantlle Ridge, and the light is pretty incredible, creating the layers and creating depth. I think I'm going to go to the other side of the hill, just out of the wind, and shoot the face of Craigmacillan at sunset. But I'm really happy with these images. I'm pretty much shooting where you are, in the cairn, in the little shelter, out of the wind, so I can just get nice sharp shots. But it's pretty incredible that way, if not brisk. I've had to come back into the shelter on the top of Craigmacillan. Down there, there's some amazing rock formations and the view's incredible. I don't know if you could hear me in that last piece of camera of what I was shooting, but I did like the image. But like I said, the problem is the wind is coming straight into your camera, and the images are north facing. So you need to be shooting into the wind, and it's quite difficult with it being a northerly wind as well. I'm surprised there's no snow on the hills. I think that's coming later in the week. But I might go to a different vantage point where I'm shooting north, but I'm covered by the face of Craigmacillan, and get a pretty nice shot from there too. So yeah, it's so windy, but amazing. The views and the light, the patchwork light is really nice. I might actually shoot from here with a slightly longer lens, shoot into the hills in the distance, Hylidivald and so on. But yeah, just gonna warm up here, have a bite to eat and carry on. Bloody hell. Yeah, there's just no respite from that wind today. It's not even powerful. I'd say it's maybe 20-30 mile an hour, but it's adding, the temperature's really decreasing from it. It's probably about -5 in the wind. Fun. So I've come to this amazing spur just off Craig Cummersillen, and it's given an amazing view of the rock face, which I'll spin you around now and show you, but the light coming in is pretty beautiful, so I'm going to focus on the photography and show you the images at the end. But I suppose if I can make one last point, it's at the very last light, and the very first light hits the mountains, and it's normally the best light. So the higher you are on these beautiful high tops, you get the first and the last of the amazing light. It looks like we're getting it now because it's incredible. What an amazing sunset, just setting on the west coast now. In a very small radius, I've been in a bit of panic mode trying to get as many shots in this ridiculous light as I can, but I think is a pretty good reason as to why mountains are always first for me. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, why not like and subscribe. I'll leave you with the last remaining pictures from an amazing sunset on the Nantlle Ridge. Until next time, I'll see you again.